Yeah, here I am again out on. Oh, that's close up, wasn't it? Here I am out on the Porsche 924. Now I had a message from Mike on my on the thing, whatever you call the thing. Anyhow, but Mike wanted to know about the auxiliary air valve, which is this thing right down in here underneath. Now to get that out of there, there's a hose on the front and a hose on the back and like in a bolt or something holding on. But you got to take these hoses, all this stuff off. I don't even know what that is. Something to do with the vacuum, but it looks like it's air something, more air, and then you can get this auxiliary thing off of there. And it comes out pretty easy. Like it's not a difficult thing, but you have to take that off. You have to take a bunch of stuff off to get to it. So it's not too tough, but it's just a pain in the ass, right? Anyhow, but here's what the book says about it. It says to like there's a cross section. This is a photo of what it looks like inside. I don't know. Can you read all that? Hope so. And then, like it says, it's during normal operations, it's closed. When the motor's warm, it's closed. When the motor's cold, it's hot. It's open. So to check it, you just take it off and then look through. When it's cold, if you look through it, you should be able to see through it. Then you can connect it to a 12-volt power supply for 5 minutes, and it should close. And if it doesn't, the resistance on the heater should be 30 ohms, and the valve operates correctly. Now I think mine worked all right. I didn't really check it too much, but as far as I know, it's working. And so then I'll follow this up with a section of the video number 3, episode 3 of this series. And back in behind there is a cold start valve. There's a couple of these two hoses here. This one comes off the top of that's the return. And this is the input one, I do believe. Yeah, that's input right there. And so, or maybe that's return and that's input. Yeah, that's input and this is return. Anyway, what the hell, eh? And so you can also check that, like if that could be an issue because they're just down there and they get yucky. I rebuilt the one in here and there's a video on that somewhere or other. Maybe I'll figure it out and show you which one. But between rebuilding that thing, which is the fuel supply distributor, and then rebuilding the thing behind the distributor here, the what I'll call the cold start valve. It's not really, that's not what it's really called. Then that was fine. And then right down in here is the answer to your question right here. Hose here, hose there, and there's an electrical connection underneath there. And it pops out of there fairly easy. Anyhow, good luck with it. See you later. So this book is, there you are. Haynes Repair Manual, and I found this on Googleish, I guess, or maybe I found it on Amazon Books. I forget where I got it, but Repair Manual 76 through 82, and it seems to be fairly good. Like there's lots of good data on there. And there's also manuals online that are helpful, but they're not in a book format, so you have to take it out. Like I've got a folder over there. See that white thing? That's a binder that I print out stuff from online on, and mostly it's in here all right, but some of it's easier to find online. Then also the guys on some of those forums, they have a few words to say about the auxiliary air valve, AAV, and it's actually useful. It's usually that I go to the forums and it's very difficult to follow them and figure out what they're trying to talk about. But this one here, it's actually kind of useful and good. Anyhow, that's all for that. See ya. Yeah. So now, in here, I think I've got the fuel pressure working right. Now, the next thing is the in underneath, I've taken the distributor cap off, and down in back there, there's a thing called, oh, what's it called? It's called a cold start thing. These two lines here go to it, that line and that line. So now, and it can be a problem, so I'll pull that off and see if it is a problem. It just sits on the motor, and it doesn't hook onto anything except that that's where it knows if it's warm or cold, and it gives more fuel to the system if it's cold. And it seems to be one of them things that'll stop it from starting. Hey, a starter stopper. Anyway, I'll take the distributor out and I'll move it out of the way, and then be able to reach in there. Yeah, no, that was a painful bit of work getting that out of there. It's very, very tight fit right in here, right? You see there, right in there. Then all this other stuff's in the way, and there's wires hooked onto it, 2 fuel lines hooked onto it. The coil was in the way, the distributor's in the way, whatever this thing it is was in the way. And then while I'm here, this thing here, which is the heater control, there's a piece missing there, so it's not working at all. But I should really take that off, and well, I don't have a new one to put on there, so I won't do that right now. Anyhow, here's the bit. There's the cold start thing, right? Now I'll just take the back off it here and see if it's all filthy dirty in there or something, if it's clean.